Good morning. Today we're looking at quite a dull day. There'll be a lot of cloud around, rain moving from the west to the east, but brighter conditions following on behind. I'll have all the details in 10 minutes. Absolutely right. Good morning, both. Yes, it is going to be quite a dull day to start with, at least. A lot of cloud around this morning, and we've also got some rain moving in from the west, heading eastwards. But behind that rain in the west later, it should brighten up. Now, what's happening is we've got this clutch of fronts as low pressure comes in, little ridge of high pressure. So in the southeast this morning, you might have a brighter start, but it's not going to last because all this rain that's already falling in the west will continue to drift eastwards through the course of the day. It's not particularly heavy and it will become more fragmented as we go through the day, but you can see what I mean. Look at all this cloud, and then here comes the rain moving from west to east. Quite a brisk wind as well coming in from the northwest, and as we go through the course of the day, look how it starts to brighten up across western Scotland, Northern Ireland and northwest England, eventually Wales and the southwest later on. These white circles indicate the average wind speeds. The gusts will be more, particularly in the west and around the Outer Hebrides. We could have gusts as much as 50 miles an hour, but generally around about the 40-mile-an-hour mark. No heat wave today, I have to say. We're looking at temperatures 8 in Lerwick to about 13 or 14 out towards western areas. Now, through this evening and overnight, we watch the rain push into the North Sea, push down towards the southeast where it will become ensconced, and look how it curls right back in across parts of Scotland and also northeast England. Still some showers out towards the west and still quite a noticeable wind as well. There'll be some clear spells, and in some rural areas in the north where we do have clear skies, it might be cold enough. Look at this front. It extends in the near continent, comes back across our shores, and another one sinking south. Translated, where we've got those fronts does mean that's where it's going to be wet. So the rain in the southeast drifts further west. We've got the rain coming in across parts of Scotland, sinking into northern England. Then we've got the showers moving south from the other fronts. But as we push further north, drier and brighter with some sunshine and fewer showers, but still quite windy and still feeling cool. Dan and Lou, it's definitely a week for getting out your coats.
Okay.
Good morning. Yes, it is indeed, Dan. For some of us, it's a chilly start. For many of us, it's also a dull start. We've got some rain in the west, excuse me, and that's going to be moving eastwards as we go through the day. Although in some parts of the southeast, it's brighter, but having said that, it's not going to last terribly long. What's happening is we've got a little ridge of high pressure in the east, but low pressure really is dominating our weather, and we've got this weather front coming our way. That's what's introducing the rain. And you can see it's been raining already in some western areas through the course of the small hours of this morning. So all of this is going to migrate eastwards through the day. Then behind it, it should brighten up. So there's a lot of cloud to start with. We've got this rain. It's not particularly heavy. It will tend to fragment a touch as we go through the day, but in the west, brightening up for the Outer Hebrides, for example, for Northern Ireland, eventually northwest England, eventually western parts of Wales and the southwest. Indicate the average wind speeds, but it's going to be fairly gusty today in western areas because it gusts as much as 50 miles an hour around the Outer Hebrides, for example. Temperatures 8 to about 14 degrees, so nothing special, and it will feel cool in the wind and the rain. Through this evening and overnight, there goes the rain into the North Sea, but look how it becomes ensconced in the southeast. And if we follow that weather front round, it brings more rain in through parts of Scotland and also parts of northeast England. Still a brisk wind, still a lot of showers coming in that wind in western areas. Some of those could be heavy and thundery. And where we have some clear spells, particularly in the north of the country, temperatures could fall down low enough for a touch of frost. So tomorrow, low pressure still dominating our weather. Remember that weather front I was telling you that's curling around? Here it is here, still with us. And we've got another one which will bring some showers in across parts of Wales and southwest England. So the rain in the southeast starts to migrate back westwards towards the Midlands, and then the rain that's been coming in across Scotland and the north of England pushes into other parts of the north of England. But move north of that, we're looking at bright spells, sunshine and showers. Still quite a brisk wind with temperatures 10 to about 14, so similar temperatures to what we're looking at today. But by the time we get to Wednesday, if it's something drier that you're looking for, this is looking more promising. But the wind will have changed direction to more of a northeasterly, and a brisk northeasterly at that. So we'll see some showers coming in across some eastern areas. They'll be blown in across parts of the Midlands, maybe as far west as Wales and southwest England at times. But there will also be a lot of sunny spells or bright spells. When you hear us saying bright spells, we're saying things like quite a bit of cloud around at times. Temperatures 10 to about 14 degrees, but tempered by the wind, so it will feel cooler than that is suggesting. Into Thursday, more dry weather around for many, still a few showers, still quite windy, and a similar story on Friday. Dan and Lou. Dan and Lou, good morning to you too. That is good advice, actually. Make it waterproof as well, because there's some rain on the way if you haven't already got it. Now you can see this Weather Watchers pictures. Part of the east is actually dry at the moment, but rain is coming along later as it clears western areas, and in the west we'll see a return to sunshine and showers. Also, you can see this great big long weather front and another one, both of those heading towards the east, bringing some rain through the day. We've already had rain this morning in northern and western areas, nothing particularly heavy, and it's not going to be particularly heavy for most of us through the day as it continues its journey heading towards the east. But there will be a lot of cloud around. Then as it clears western Scotland, northern some showers and brisk winds in the west as well. So this is the kind of picture you can expect through the afternoon. Some rain getting into the Channel Islands, through the Isle of Wight, through the Midlands, southern counties of England, heading over towards East Anglia. Still a bit of cloud left in the west, but brightening up across northwest England, more so across Northern Ireland and western parts of Scotland. But don't forget, here we do have a brisk wind and also some showers. Our temperatures today, nothing to write home about. We're looking at 9 in the north to about 14 in the south. Through this evening and overnight, our rain band eventually moves into the North Sea, but we've got a curl becoming ensconced in the southeast and another curl becoming ensconced across parts of Scotland and northern England. Showers out towards the west, still a brisk wind, but some of us will see some clear skies. And I'll tell you what you can expect tomorrow and for the rest of the week in about half an hour.
We'll have to wait till then. Carol, thank you very much.
I don't think you've got a choice, Dan, you cheeky thing. I'm here whether you like it or not. Good morning, everybody. It's not a bad start to the day for some of us. You can see lovely skies here in St Helier in Jersey. But for others, we've got some rain. Rain in the west is going to be moving eastwards for most of us as we go through the day, and there's quite a lot of cloud around as well. What's happening is we've got a clutch of weather fronts moving in from the west. A little bump of high pressure in the southeast means for some eastern areas it's a dry and a relatively bright start, but it won't last. You can already see all this rain in the north and the west continuing its journey, moving eastwards as we go through the rest of the day with a lot of cloud around it. Now, we're also looking at brisk winds and northeasterly, gusting 40-50 miles an hour in the west, 50 probably around the Outer Hebrides, and the rain continuing to drift towards East Anglia and eastern parts of England and Scotland, allowing it to brighten up across western Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, and eventually we'll see some late brightness across western parts of Wales and the southwest. Here, though, we'll see some showers as well, with temperatures ranging from 8 in the north to 14 in the south, so feeling quite cool, especially if you're under the cloud and the rain or exposed to the wind. Now, through this evening, we say goodbye to the first batch of rain, but you can see it still is across southeastern areas, coming in across Scotland and also northern England, with a fair few showers packing into the west on that brisk wind. Under clear skies in northern areas, we could just see temperatures dip low enough for a touch of frost, so something to bear in mind. But tomorrow our low pressure is still very much dominating our weather. You can see the weather front still in the southeast, curling in across southern Scotland and northern England, and we've got another one across the southwest. The one in the southwest producing some showers in Wales and southwest England, and the bit of the weather front in the southeast will still bring some rain and gradually push westwards through the day. And the other end of that weather front across Scotland and Northern Ireland will sink into northern England. So a brighter picture for much of Scotland and Northern Ireland with fewer showers, and we're looking at highs 10 to 14 degrees, but still quite gusty winds. Then as we head into Wednesday, if you prefer your weather a bit drier, this could be the day for you. However, we've got a brisk northeasterly wind. That's a cool direction, so that will make it feel colder than these temperatures are suggesting. We're looking at 10 to about 14 degrees anyway, and there still will be a few showers coming in that wind across some southeastern areas, a few being blown into the Midlands and a few into Wales and potentially the southwest. Then as we head into Thursday, well, it will be a cool, frosty start for parts of Northern Ireland and Western Scotland, but as you can see, a lot of dry weather around and some sunshine. And on Friday, a similar story, a lot of dry weather around, variable amounts of cloud, but still some sunshine. But it is a week for keeping your coat close by. Dan and Lou. Fairly cloudy for most of us. We've got rain moving from the west towards the east, but brighter skies and blustery showers following on behind. I'll have all the details in about 10 minutes. Good morning both, and good morning to you too. I've got quite a bit of weather with me this week. It's fairly We've got a couple of weather fronts moving across us, a little ridge of high pressure in the southeast. So for the southeast, it's dry at the moment, it's relatively bright, but it's not going to last. So we've got the rain already in the north and the west. That's what's coming our way, moving steadily eastwards through the course of the day. Now, there's also quite gusty winds coming in from a northeasterly direction. The strongest winds will be with exposure in western areas, gusting 40, maybe 50 miles an hour. But we'll also see a little bit of sunshine in some parts of the west. Not till much later, though, in the southwest. You can see mid-afternoon the rain across the Channel Islands, southern counties, in through the Midlands, in towards East Anglia and Kent. Showers across Wales, 1 or 2 showers in northwest England and also Northern Ireland, and also parts of western Scotland. But here there will also be some sunshine. Temperature-wise, well, ranging from 9 in the north to 14 in the south. Through this evening, our weather front bulges into the North Sea, but it will really linger across parts of the southeast and come back in across Scotland and northern England. Still a lot of showers coming in and that gusty wind in western areas. And under clear skies in the northeast, temperatures could dip down low enough just for a touch of frost. We might see 2s and 3s. So if you've been in the garden recently, bear that in mind. I'll have a lot more weather in about half an hour. Dan and Lou. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Lou. Good morning to you too. What a cracking picture from Fort William from one of our weather watchers. Look at that low cloud and rain. Now in Scotland at the moment and also across parts of northern England, there's some heavy rain crossing from the west towards the east. And for most of us today, we will see some rain at some stage, and it's fairly cloudy. Already we've been watching the rain in northern and western areas gathering and pushing steadily eastwards. This is the band, and in fact the one behind it as well, that is particularly heavy currently. Weather fronts moving from the west towards the east. We're dominated by low pressure. We've got a brisk northwesterly wind. In fact, with exposure, we could well see gusts around the Outer Hebrides, for example, of 50 miles an hour today. So through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon, the cloud is very much with us. The rain continues to drift eastwards, but it should brighten up across western Scotland and Northern Ireland and northwest England. Having said that, there will still be a few sharp showers around and still that brisk northwesterly wind. Temperatures only 12 degrees in Glasgow, 13 in Belfast. So the rain continues to journey towards eastern England, crossing the Midlands, heading down towards the Channel Islands. Later it will brighten up across West Wales and southwest England. Now temperature range 8 in the north to 13 or 14 in the south. Through this evening and overnight, well, here's our weather front, again taking its rain into the southeastern corner, curling back up through Scotland and in across northern England as well. Still a brisk wind, still blowing in those showers, but if we see a clearance in the sky in the northeast for any length of time, temperatures could dip low enough for a touch of frost, but generally we're looking at 7s, 8s and 9s. Now, as we head into tomorrow, we start off with our rain in the southeast coming back westwards. We've also got rain coming in across Scotland and northern England, pushing eventually out of Scotland and getting a little bit further south across northern England in through Wales. And then we've got showers as well. The driest conditions tomorrow will actually be in Northern Ireland and Scotland, but even here we can't rule out the odd shower. Temperatures ranging from 10 in the north to about 12 in the south, and still gusty winds. What about Wednesday? Well, it's looking drier for most of us, but we've now got a brisk northeasterly wind coming in from the North Sea. That's a cold direction, blowing in all these showers across eastern areas, but blowing some of them quite well inland through the Midlands in Wales, possibly even as far west as the southwest of England. But they are showers. Not all of us will see them. A lot of us will have a dry day with temperatures between about 10 and 13. On Thursday, for western Scotland and Northern Ireland, under clear skies, we could well start with some frost. Could be a wee bit of patchy mist and fog around, but a lot of dry weather. But you can already see the cloud rolling in across many areas, coming in again from the east. Still some showers. The wind not as strong, but it still is coming from a northeasterly direction. So if you're on the east coast, you certainly will notice that. Temperatures 9 in the north to about 13 in the south. Friday is looking dry for many of us as well. Dan and Lou.
Comprehensive, Carol. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you,
Pleasure.
Carol.